Hi class, how are... You can at least let me finish. That's great. Alright, the learning target for today is we have two of them. The first, to be able to use set notation, and I'll talk about in a second what that is, and second is to solve equations with special solutions. Alright, so first I'm going to talk about set notation. Set notation is actually really easy. So if you have a set of a certain amount of numbers, first you have to write what's called a brace. And it should look something like that. And then whatever numbers you have in your set, you would write. Let's say 2, 5, 7, 12, those numbers. And then we would end the brace. And that would be a set. It's a set of 4 numbers, 2, 5, 7, and 12. And with braces around it. And the braces are to show that it's a set of numbers. We'll talk more about different ways to write sets in the coming future. Couple even in this video. But that's pretty much all you need to know. And I'll do one more. You can even have a set of just one number. And let's say we want to say we have a set, and the set is the number 6. We would write it like this, to say the set of the number 6. I say that because we're going to start writing our answers, our solutions to equations that we're solving in set notation. And here's a quick example of that. So we have this equation, x plus 3 equals 5. So we need to undo the plus 3. So we rewrite the equation and subtract 3 from both sides. And remember, that's using the subtraction property of equality. So then we're left with x equals 2, and we did that by simplifying. So we get our answer as x equals 2. If we want to write it in set notation, we would just say the set of 2, like this. 2 with braces around it. And that would be our answer, right here. Set notation's really easy, and that's how you do it. Now let's move on to special solutions. Alright, so let's look at this equation. We have 2x plus 5 equals 2x plus 7. So first, we have x's on both sides of the equation, and we want to get them together. So let's rewrite the equation. 2x plus 5, and we want to get rid of 2x from one side and bring it to the other. So we want to take this 2x and bring it over here. So we'll do the opposite and subtract 2x. From both sides of the equation. Again, using the subtraction property of equality. Then, by combining like terms, notice that 2x minus 2x is 0. The 2x's cancel here to leave just 5. And on the right side, 2x minus 2x, again, those cancel each other out to leave just 7. So now we have something that says 5 equals 7. Does 5 equal 7? No, it doesn't. So, since 5 does not equal 7, the answer we write is no solution. Because it's saying there is no number we could put in for x that would come out and make this equation true. So the answer is no solution. Now, how do we write this in set notation? In set notation, there are two ways to write it. The first is just a set of braces with nothing in it. So this right here, brace and brace, but nothing inside. That's one way to write it. Another way is called the null set, is just by writing 0 with a line through it. That's another way to write it. I'd prefer you guys write it this way just so we can use braces all the time, but this is another way to write it. Alright, now let's look at this example. So notice we have 2 in front of parentheses, so we have to use the distributive property. 2 times 3x is 6x, and 2 times 7 is 14. And then the right side stays the same. And property we used, distributive property. Then we need to bring this 6x to the other side. So we rewrite it and subtract 6x from both sides. Using the subtraction property of equality. And then we combine like terms, and the 6x's cancel to leave just 14 on the left side, and then on the right side the 6x's cancel again to leave just 14 on the right side. So now we've got 14 equals 14. Well, does 14 equal 14? Yes, it does. So if you get rid of the variables and you get a number equal to itself, that's where any solution is possible. So the answer you write is all real numbers. And how to write that in set notation, you would write it like this, where you have the braces, and in between the braces you have this weird looking capital R. That R is to denote the set of all real numbers. So R is all real numbers, every real number possible, and we put braces around it. So remember, if you get rid of the variable, then you have a special case. If you get rid of the variable and you get a number equal to something that's not itself, it's no solution. If you get rid of the variable and you get an answer that equals itself, a number that equals itself, it's all real numbers. So remember the difference in the special cases. Alright, that's it for the lesson today. Please remember to take notes on the entire thing, and please remember to take a picture right now of your notes and submit them to me on eBackpack. Thank you very much. Have a good night.